Now, yesterday, I got sidetracked with a few other things, so I did miss one day of the page by page reading of the Bible. So, to those of you out there who were looking forward to our soon to be daily ritual of this, I do apologize. I will try to do this every single day, but some days just aren't like other days. But if you do want to keep up with me and everything I'm up to, in the event that I do miss a day when it comes to the page by page reading of the Bible, make sure that you do bookmark my official websites, alexandrameyers.com and alexandrameyerslive.com, because on those sites there are several links to many projects that I'm involved with. Um, I don't always live stream on this channel. There's other YouTube channels and places on the internet that I live stream from. So you can always get your daily fix of me from somewhere. Okay? So let's see. We're in Genesis, and today we are going to go over man's wickedness. Genesis 6. And again, if you would like to participate in the chat, feel free to do so. But this is a Christian friendly chat room when it comes to the page by page reading of the Bible. So keep that in mind, and thank you for your understanding. Man's wickedness. When men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were fair, and took as wives any they chose. And that's quite the statement right there. Here's some commentary, okay? Because this particular passage, this particular sentence from the Bible has given rise to so many theories, so many hypotheses when it comes to elements pertaining to the paranormal, spiritual elements, um, stories and issues and experiences some people have even had regarding the Nephilim and whatnot. The question is, do you still have these hybridizations between angels and man to this day? That's something that many people are constantly talking about in the paranormal realm. So this is where the Bible gets very interesting from my perspective. But let me continue. The Lord said, "My spirit will not always strive with man, for he is flesh, yet his days will be 120 years." The Nephilim were on earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. So, that particular phrase, this is where it gets interesting. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days and also after that. So there's no cutoff time, there's no end point. And I'll tell you, I'm the kind of woman who has been in the world, and I am convinced that there are some beings on this planet that are masquerading as human, but are not entirely human. And I also feel quite a few of them live in the city of Los Angeles. But let's continue. These were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown. The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great on the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was continually only evil. The Lord was sorry that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him in his heart. Oh, so at this point, God is upset. God's thinking to themselves, hmm, this project of man just isn't working out. Maybe I need to do something about this. So the Lord said, "I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping things and the birds of the sky, for I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Oh, that's one of my favorite parts of the Bible. It just is. This is one of my favorite versions of God right here in Genesis, because it's kind of a relatable version of God. You work on a project, you put your heart and your soul into it. Everything seems good at first, but then things go awry and you get frustrated, you throw a tantrum, and you're just like, all right, screw it. I'm just going to start all over again from scratch, even though I'll keep this one little piece of the project that did work out, which was Noah. And as we learned in, let me go back. As we learned in Adam's descendants, okay, Noah was one of the sons of was one of the direct descendants of Adam. Let's see, he was the son of Lamech, and Noah was a little bit different. Okay, and there's some things, some biblical scholars who say that physically what made Noah different was his hands. His hands were not as webbed as people from those times. One day I'll go into that. I want to go into people with webbed fingers versus people without webbed fingers, because today you still do have some people who exhibit that genetic DNA remnant of having hands that are kind of rudimentary with a lot of webbing between the fingers. But let's go ahead and continue. Noah and the flood. These are the generations of Noah. And if you haven't seen the recent remake of the movie Noah, you should check it out. It's a very good movie. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was just a man. Oh, I'm sorry. Noah was a just man. Well, he was just a man, but he was a just man. Okay. And blameless among his contemporaries. Noah walked with God. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth was corrupt before God had filled with violence. God looked on the earth and saw it was corrupt, for all the flesh had corrupted their way on earth. So God said to Noah, "The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. Now I will destroy them with the earth. Make an ark of cypress wood for yourself. Make rooms in the ark and cover it inside and out with pitch. And this is how you must make it. The length of the ark will be 300 cubits, the width of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. Make an opening 1 cubit below the top of the ark all around, and you must set the door of the ark on the side. Make it with a lower, a second, and a third story. I will bring a flood of waters on the earth to destroy all flesh. Wherever there is the breath of life under heaven, and everything that is on the earth will die. But I will establish my covenant with you. You must go into the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your son's wives with you. Bring every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every kind, into the ark to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, of every kind of creeping thing of the earth will come to you to be kept alive. Also take with you of every kind of food that is eaten, and gather it to yourself, and it will be for food for you and for them." Noah did this. He did all that God commanded him. Yeah, because he wanted to stay alive, but also because he was faithful. Also because he was faithful, which is good. Which is good. But a lot of people have thought, especially if you watch series like Ancient Aliens and whatnot, people have theorized, was it really a water ship? Was it a spaceship? Was that just a metaphor for like a life capsule? Who knows? Who knows? But God had to start all over again. God definitely had to start all over again. And when you really think about it, it was some of his prior creations that messed up man. The angels had, jealousy, and that was a problem. There were a lot of problems that were going on with that particular version of Earth. But there still are problems today. But let me continue. The Lord said to Noah, "You and your entire household go into the ark. For you alone I have seen to be righteous before me among this generation. Take with you 7 each of every clean animal, the male and its female, and 2 each of every unclean animal, the male and its female, and 7 each of birds of the air, the male and female, to keep offspring alive on the face of all the earth. In 7 days I will cause it to rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. And everything that I have made I will destroy from the face of the earth." And Noah did according to all that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood waters came upon the earth. The lifespans sure were a lot longer back then, but there were less people and there was a lot of work to get done. So you had to live longer. Oh, 600 years. Goes to show you're never too old to get things done. And Noah went with his sons and his wife and his sons' wives into the ark because of the flood waters. Everything that creeps on the land, from clean and unclean animals and birds, came in 2 by 2, male and female, to Noah into the ark, as God has commanded Noah. And again, check out that movie Noah. You can probably find it on Amazon Prime. It's on YouTube. It's on Netflix. The animation, the imagery of the animals going into the ark is amazing. Many of you will enjoy it tremendously. Okay, where are we? I think I lost my place. Okay, so 600 years old. Okay, everything goes into the ark. After 7 days, the water of the flood were on the earth. So all the water's everywhere. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month. Oh, they're specific. The same day, all the fountains of the great deep burst open, and the floodgates of the heavens were opened. The rain fell upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. On the very same day, Noah and the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them, entered the ark. They and every wild animal, according to its kind, and all the livestock according to their kind, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth according to its kind, and every bird according to its kind, every bird of every sort, went with Noah into the ark, 2 by 2 of all flesh, in which was the breath of life. So they went in, male and female of all flesh, just as God had commanded him. Then the Lord shut him in. The flood was on the earth 40 days, and the water increased and lifted up the ark, so it rose above the earth. The water prevailed and increased greatly upon the earth. And the ark floated on the surface of the water. The water prevailed exceedingly on the earth, and all the high mountains that were under the whole heaven were covered. The waters prevailed upward, and the mountains were covered 15 cubits deep. All flesh that moved on the earth died, birds and livestock and beasts, and every creeping thing that crept on the earth, and every man, all in whose nostrils was the breath of life. All that was on the dry land died. So he blotted out every living thing which was on the face of the ground, both man and animals, and the creeping things, and the birds of the heavens. They were blotted out from the earth. And only Noah and those who were with him in the ark remained alive. The waters prevailed on the earth 150 days. All right, so when we come back, either later tonight or tomorrow, we will read Genesis chapter 8. The flood recedes. So that's an interesting turning point in the Bible, isn't it? And it's pretty early on in the Bible when you think about it. Pretty early on, that was just Genesis 6 and 7, to where you see the wrath of God, and God's like, look, earth is good, but I gotta do it right. Gotta do it right. But when you think about it, it does seem that quite a few mistakes were made, and I guess they were meant to be. Were they really mistakes? Maybe not, but I mean, you had Eve, that they could have stayed in the Garden of Eden, but then again, it only probably would have been two of them for a while, and there wasn't much hardship. But Eve ate the apple. Then you had Cain killing his brother Abel. Those two events probably are a part of what kind of irritated God a bit. And things just kept getting worse and worse with man from there. To the point where you got to drown everybody out and then start over again with just one, Noah. It's tough to be God. All right, everyone. Have a great morning. Take care. Bye-bye.